This is Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined, albeit not under the best circumstances, in this case by Otto Wallin. Otto, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Obviously, not been the best week for you so far. You were scheduled to headline at the O2 next week against Dillian Whyte, and he has withdrawn from that fight with a shoulder injury. Just first of all, tell us who told you initially about the injury and when you heard.
Yeah, so I heard Tuesday night. I got a text from my manager saying, "Hey, check your email. Don't catch the flight tomorrow morning because there is an injury in Dillian Whyte's camp, and he's got to see a doctor tomorrow, and then we make a decision. Then they will make a decision on the fight." So yeah, right before I went to bed, I had all my things packed and everything, and then got that text.
You must have been pretty devastated.
Yeah, I mean, very strange and frustrating to me that, been through all this training and, spent all this time preparing for this fight. And then right when I'm supposed to leave, I was just going to send my coach a message actually saying, "Hey, man, looking forward to this fight. It's going to be great." And then, this is the news I got. So it was frustrating.
And how did things kind of develop the next day? When did you find out for sure that the fight had been cancelled?
Well, I gotta say, they leaked it for some reason. So it started leaking out everywhere. People started contacting me saying, "Hey, it's a fight off," and this and that. And then I guess we got the final call. They just sent us an email saying, "Hey, he's been examined by a doctor saying that he has an injury. He's unfit to fight." And that's basically it. I think that happened on Wednesday afternoon.
And have you heard anything more from either his team or Matchroom since?
Not me personally, but my lawyer and my promoter are in touch with them, of course. And we haven't heard anything at all about the injury. The only thing we heard, they sent us a message saying, "Hey, the doctor examined him. He's injured. He can't fight." But we don't know anything about the injury, what it is. We haven't heard from the doctor. So, yeah.
And does the contract allow you any sort of recourse for this? Do you get, any sort of training expenses? Is there any guarantee that they'll give you a fight, maybe not against Whyte, but a fight against anyone else? Is there anything there?
No, there is. I mean, it's totally up to them. Like they have the right to withdraw from the fight if he's injured, but they got to prove the injury. If they can't do that, then the fight should be rescheduled, and that's what we're working on. And I think either way, the fight should be rescheduled. I've been training for this fight. It's a huge opportunity for me. It's a good fight for him also, and the winner gets to fight Tyson Fury. So, I feel like they should do the right thing here, but they seem very unwilling to accommodate us with anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like you have to rely on an ethical responsibility from the promoter, which is not always going to be reliable in boxing, unfortunately. But you guys are talking about potentially speaking to the WBC, or has that already begun?
No, we talked to WBC already. Not sure how far that's gone, but we sent them a request to have an independent doctor look at him because we want to find out about this injury. And like I said, no information has been given to us. So it's very hard to know about this injury, if it's real or not. Not saying it's not real, but yes, please have an independent doctor look at him so we can all know, and then everything will be fine. We talked to them. We talked to the British board. So I think the most responsive has been the British board. So we're hoping on them to make the right call because Matchroom, they haven't really done anything at all.
Now, presumably, it's not just about him proving the veracity of the injury, but also rescheduling the fight, because you could get your kind of proof that the injury is severe or, enough to keep him out of the fight, but that's no good without a rescheduled date.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point. I mean, I'm here to fight him. I want to fight him. And he's been given a lot of credit for fighting tough guys and top guys. And now, he's got to be true to his word. And, we had a contract in place, everything. The day before I'm supposed to head out, they come up with this. So please, just, let us know what's going on, and then we'll reschedule the fight.
And there's obviously been speculation. I don't want to get yourself or me into trouble by talking about this, but there has been speculation that the timing is a little strange in that when the fight was agreed, there was nothing official from the WBC. But while training camps were going on and you were both preparing for the fight, it came out that he was guaranteed the mandatory shot at Tyson Fury, or rather, the interim champion was guaranteed the mandatory shot, whoever was the interim champion at the time. That's a development that's occurred within that period between agreeing to fight you and now this happening. That must at least sow some seeds of doubt, I guess, in your mind.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, there's a lot of rumors floating around, but it's suspicious. That's all I can say. But I can't say that the rumors are true or not. I can just wait and see and hope for them to make the right thing. And I feel like the right decision would be have an independent doctor look at him and to make sure, that the injury is severe as it is, and then we reschedule the fight. And then also, we haven't even heard from his doctor. So, I mean, should be a logic first step to just hear from his doctor, but we haven't even heard from his doctor.
Yeah, I mean, we were told by some sources that he was having an MRI on that Wednesday when you found out the fight was cancelled. Presumably, there must be a copy of the scan.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they should release the MRI for us, have us see it. But the thing is, with MRI, it doesn't tell the whole story either. With MRIs, you can have. I'm not a big doctor, but symptomatic stuff going on in there that like it can be stuff that you can see on the MRI, but doesn't actually hurt you in real life. So we need a doctor to look at him and touch him and see what's going on.
What if that happens and it's ruled that he does have an injury, but his team decide we'd rather not take any risks now? The Fury fight's coming up potentially next year. We'd rather just stay inactive, if you like, until then.
I think that's wrong. I mean, we had a contract in place to fight, and it's a big opportunity for both of us. And I feel like I'm a guy that I take contracts very seriously. I always go through them and have my lawyers look at him, so make sure everything is fine. And when you agree to fight, you fight. And he's a guy, like I said, that takes credit in fighting tough guys. So this is a real opportunity for him to show that is real and not just talk.
And if he happens to be watching this video, and I imagine his team will, even if he doesn't personally, what message would you send out to him? Because you're kind of relying on his and his team's, I don't know, honor in this case, rather than anything contractual at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. I feel like I'm up against it here. There's nobody really. I mean, my team is doing a great job with me, but we can't do much without them cooperating. And so, we're just hoping them to do the right thing. And I think I've said everything I need to say. And just hope that they come through and, show some integrity and for us and for the sport. I feel like stuff like this makes the sport look bad.
And there's been just to confirm, there's been nothing from Matchroom in terms of keeping you on next week's show or giving you a replacement opponent or anything of that nature? No efforts at all there. Because I thought if they don't want to reschedule the Whyte fight, they might try and at least kind of compensate you in some way, whether it's a couple of fights on DAZN or a replacement fight on that particular show, but nothing of that nature yet. Haven't heard anything about that. Is that something you would consider? I know your number one priority is to reschedule the Whyte fight, but is that something you'd be open to? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to fight. I want to be busy. I haven't fought since February. And, I'm always training, always working and try to get these big fights. And, I feel like I make a lot of sacrifice, and it all makes worth it when you have, when you get big fights and you're achieving your goals. And but when stuff like this happens, just, make you take a step back and, consider everything. But, it's not going to stop me at all. It's going to keep going. So, Apart from all the time that you've spent in camp, can you give us an idea of financially how this has left you? Because with no paycheck at the end of it, presumably you've still spent a lot of money on training expenses. Yeah, I mean, I don't have the exact numbers, but I would guess that we maybe spent 20,000 on this fight.
sparring partners, hotels, flights, stuff like that. It's not that cheap to be in New York City. So, we gotta take care of everything all the way around. So that's a big blow. Apart from that, I haven't seen my family in 2 years because of the pandemic, and now with this keeping me out here and training for a fight, and I was gonna see them after this fight because the fight was gonna be in England. I would be able to go home to Sweden, so that's put on hold also. So it's a little tough, but yeah.
Now, before I let you go, just to kind of sum it all up, your message to Whyte, Matchroom, his management team is do the right thing and honor the initial contract.
Yeah, honor the initial contract. I mean, we had a fight in place. Please give us some more information about the injury because we have gotten none, and have an independent doctor look at him and, make the right thing here.
Thank you very much. Well, I hope for your sake, of course, that does happen, and we'll see as this develops. But if not, we hope you're back out soon regardless, because as you say, you haven't fought since February and you're a top contender, so we want to see you back out.
Yeah, thank you very much.